justice for all.
Roll call from?
Here.
Kiel.
Here.
Broker.
Here.
Shooty.
Here.
Krieger.
Here.
Actor.
Here.
6 present. Approve the minutes of the May 28th meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
Ho, 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 ho. That's the wrong meeting.
May 28th.
Oh, why is
Oh,
that?
yeah, May.
2019.
27th.
August 20.
August.
Apologies.
I didn't even see it. I just.
Use
forgot.
the blank agenda.
August 27th meeting.
August 27th, apologies.
Sorry, what we're doing.
Approve the minutes of the August 27th, 2000.
Motion to approve.
Second.
So we got a motion by Broker,
Yep.
second by Actor to approve. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Any public comment tonight? No public comment? All right, 6, consideration of employment agreement for full-time paramedics with the Kiel Fire Department and Ambulance Service. We're working on that, right?
Yeah, I just finished the draft, which I pulled up. I haven't been able to send it out to anybody yet, but just wanted to give you kind of a status where we're at. I met with the fire chief and the EMS chief and brought all the concerns or issues or discussion points we talked about at the committee of the whole. This document will go out to all of you, but I'm looking for just a verbal blessing, that you put some trust, allow us to go through it, and get this ball rolling, get the signatures on it. Created an introductory statement in this, it kind of is a catch-all, that this is a new state, a new place we're heading to, historic in terms of the agreement, broke it out into a more concise agreement in terms of employment, how they handle their trades, outside employment, hours of work, addressing all the concerns that we discussed, or areas that needed clarification in terms of holidays and vacation, and kept it as concise with dialogue in there that refers everything back to the existing city employee handbook. So the city employee handbook will be updated to have additional clarification, but this encapsulates all the issues that we talked about at the committee of the whole. It also addresses specifics just for the EMS and the paramedic staff. I literally just finished it this afternoon and sent it out so the EMS chief reviewed it, approved it, waiting for the fire chief and the assistant chief to give feedback. But put a lot of work into it and got it done. And no, I didn't use AI. I actually wrote it. But as we agreed at the committee of the whole, you gave me the blessing to keep moving on this. We'd like to get the signatures on it from the employees. You'll have the complete document done by the next council meeting, re-review. The key point being that it is a fluid document. It can be amended and changed if there's anything else. And by acknowledging and signing it, they're acknowledging that that could happen as well.
So we'll approve it at the next meeting.
You will formally approve it, but I would like it if
Formally.
we could get a motion where I can continue moving forward with it with the employees and getting their signatures so we can start the onboarding.
I will make a motion that we move forward with the full-time paramedic contract for Kiel Fire Department and Ambulance Service.
Second. Does this keep us on track for a possible October 1st?
Yes, that's why I'm asking for this.
Yep.
Okay, any other discussion? Motion by Gill, second by Shooty to move forward with the draft agreement for the full-time paramedics for the Kiel Fire Department and Ambulance Service. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, consideration of ordinance number 617, amending chapter 17 zoning code accessory structures and uses.
The Plan Commission met last night, reviewed this, and unanimously approved the language, which I will scroll to. It's in addition to 7.32 of our accessory structures. It provides for an additional detached accessory structure of 600 square feet of combined square footage for those properties that are over or that are 1 acre in size, greater than 1 acre in size. Currently, the only affected properties that we could think of are the new ones up in Evergreen, off of 57, and several properties along Rockville Road, and then the property up by the new cemetery up at 3rd Street.
Did we say when we met and we tried to hash through all of this that if the property owner had that sufficient size and they only wanted like that one additional accessory structure, that could be larger than what the original language said? This is more as a blanket for a square footage than anything?
I don't think so. I remember it being that the second additional structure had to be nothing greater than that 600, and that was an additional structure, not a combination with the other structure they would already have. So the sizes have to meet the old requirements, and the new structure does have to be a separate structure. We talked about that last night.
Yeah,
That-
the way
that
it's
would-
written is an additional one detached accessory structure on 600 square feet.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the way the red reads
No.
to me. And I didn't remember that at all either. I didn't think you had to have a new structure. I thought you could have added on to your garage if that's what you
Yeah.
chose to do.
Well, it's a
Well-
detached accessory structure, so it's not added on to anything.
But if you read farther, in addition to the square footage allowances,
It's set forth.
Of the garage and an accessory structure. It's permissible to add the square footage allowance as provided as set forth in this subsection.
I think
So
in the, oh, go ahead.
you already have a garage and you have an accessory structure, okay? And I don't know if under the old rulings, the accessory structure could be combined with the garage, but I did not believe that could happen, okay? So what does the original say?
Well, there's two parts to it, residence with an attached garage and residence without.
Right,
And they have, in sub 2 there, you see where it says one detached accessory shall be permitted
yep,
for those, and then a detached garage also in sub 2.
And then two is the additional accessory structure.
So the way I understood it, and I inherited this, so that's my window out, but was that this was a request to add an additional building. if they wanted
Correct.
to.
yep. Now, the gentleman that was here last night, our representative, he had asked too about if those two accessory structures could be combined, and we said, no,
Not as we understood it.
yeah, not if we understood.
So if you had the sufficient lot size and you went into this and you had no additional accessory structures to begin with.
Yeah.
Now you wanna put one on, can you use everything up with one structure?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Now, my understanding is they could always do an appeal, okay, and then
Yeah.
it would come back to the council as an appeal.
Well,
When I looked at most of the existing structures, they already have a garage. Most of them already have one detached, okay? So I think the feeling was marrying a second detached in with either of those would be difficult to do with the side allowance, the footage from the house and from the sides and in the setback. And I also believe somewhere in there I read that it had to be behind the front of the house.
Yeah, it does state that in there.
That's in the
Nothing in
existing-
front.
Yeah,
That's in the existing code.
That's, section 3 right after this.
okay.
Yeah, this whole thing was about adding a second outbuilding.
Yes, for storage of extra equipment.
That's how it was explained to me when I started too.
Yeah.
John, if you read it and just strike the "and," does that do what you're asking then? An additional detached structure of up to, or, I mean, the "and" is what gets me.
my recollection when we first embarked on this thing, when we were in committee, we were talking about as long as the setbacks were made and it was to the rear of structure, that why should we care what the property owner wants to do with the additional allowable square footage? That's my recollection of what it was in committee. But if the planning commission recommended this last night, doesn't
When-
matter to me, I'll never be there.
John, what came to us as the planning commission was that wording. Now, I don't know if that came through you, Gary, or if that came from the committee on a whole, that's how it got put down, but
I
that's, we approved it exactly as it was written.
I was not involved in
We-
the draft.
You weren't involved in that?
We
Okay.
talked about this at a committee meeting too,
Yeah.
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
so.
but this was approved exactly as we received it.
So what it's saying is that you can add one more structure and 600 square footage of storage space or structured space.
I think to Jeremy's point, yeah,
Yes.
it's the and.
Yeah. And you're looking at it saying, should it maybe say not to exceed 600 additional?
No,
or-
I'm saying I didn't think there was a requirement that we had to add an additional building. I thought if you had an outbuilding and you wanted to add onto it, to
That was
go
my
from 1,200 to
recollection,
now 1,800 total square feet,
Oh,
that
okay.
that was allowable.
I don't recall that.
So like a large storage building on the
Mhm.
property.
I think that was one of the things that as a council we were concerned about would be that it would,
Someone throwing up a gigantic eyesore.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
because there's other, I mean, then it becomes a multi-use potentially, but there's other ordinances, as I recall, that you cannot go above the level of the roof and, you know, this, that, and the other thing, so I think that's part of the reason why, my understanding was that they didn't want it to be just one large structure.
1,200
I
square
guess-
feet's already 30 by 40. It's a
Right.
pretty good
It's a
sized
big
building.
building.
Right.
Okay, I don't know why you'd wanna add another 600 square feet to that. You know.
I'm just throwing out there what my
No, it's-
recollection was as far
Good
as.
discussion.
In that sense, I like the wording that it has to be a separate structure, because like I said, then you're gonna,
Personally, I don't care if it's a separate structure. I just wanna make sure that somebody who's never talked about this before doesn't come and read this and say, oh, well, I am now allowed, because I have more than an acre, an extra structure and 600 square feet. So I don't need the extra structure, but I'll take the 600 square feet.
That's not what this says, I don't think.
no, then it would say or 600 square feet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Just strike the and say of.
Then you'd be giving them the option to take one or the other. With the and in there,
Of
it's saying,
two.
yeah,
and-
with the and in there, it's saying you have to have a separate building and you get 600 square feet. That can be
But-
incorporated in that one.
exactly, and if you did of, then it would have to be 600. So, I mean, do you know what I'm saying? If we change the and to of, then you would have to make that building 600 square feet. So I don't know.
I would have to go back and look through the minutes. This ordinance was written and presented to me and explained to me that it would be an additional building,
Well,
an additional structure, but I understand your point on that front, but.
That's
Gary?
fine with me.
Oh,
To
I'm
see what
fine
the
with the way
notes
it's
and
worded.
how it was written and implanted in this, but this is how it was published, legally published, is what the plan commission, we're gonna change it, we're gonna start the process, we need to start the whole process for it.
Oh.
We publish it, and
Probably should've just made this 3 sentences instead of trying to make it one really neat, big sentence. Honestly, I mean, we could've probably solved this with some plainer language.
With all due respect, if you were reading this, Gary, what do you think this allows you now on a 1 acre site? What do you think it allows you maximum, considering the other statements within that
Well,
ordinance?
I haven't looked at the whole ordinance, so I guess I
Okay.
can't give an opinion without looking at the whole ordinance, but I guess we're looking at C here.
Yeah.
One additional accessory structure. Yes, I mean, in the legal parliament, when we say and just like regular parliament, we're saying both, right? Like we're saying or, then you can do either or, but if we're saying and, then you can do it both. wasn't involved in the draft, so I guess I'd like to, I guess if I'm gonna give an opinion on the ordinance, I'd like to look at the whole ordinance and see what the other parts of it say.
That was a loaded question.
Yeah.
So the way it's worded, do you think that would include the original 1,200 square feet plus this 600 square feet, two separate structures? You think that's sufficiently worded that that's what the intent and meaning behind it is?
I haven't looked at the order, where's the 1,200, that's in a different part of the ordinance.
1,200
Right
is
up above.
the, yeah, 1,200 is the,
Would it make more sense to say not to exceed?
no, I don't think that makes any difference. I mean,
I don't know where the language came from, but I'm assuming it came out of committee.
yes.
I mean, I don't
And it
have
was
an issue
reviewed
with
by
it.
this committee
I see it
also.
as,
I'm sorry, what?
It was reviewed by the committee, the whole also.
Yes.
Yes.
yeah.
And like I said, nothing in
and
the
we went forward
language
with
was
it.
changed.
So,
I think the other comment that we made last night was, if we did develop any concerns with this, we can readdress it and come back and clarify or change the ordinance again, correct? I mean, it's a process, but it's not a dead-end street.
I don't see it resulting in any issues.
Yeah, none that we're gonna have to deal with initially. Dave and his offices though.
Well, and the building
Just so
inspector
he's
probably.
clear on, and the building inspector, so they're clear on if somebody comes in with a project, you know, not that they're told one thing and they can't do it.
we can send it back to the ordinance committee and have them discuss it and, come up with wording that's clearer to you, if you like. I mean, I think that the intent was to allow another 600 square feet of accessory structure on properties greater than.
That's always explained to me, one additional building of 600 square feet.
That's what the intent is.
Yeah.
Now, if this doesn't say that, send it back to the
Like I
committee.
said, with the and in there, I
And
think it
that's
does.
why I asked him, do you think that this, the way it's worded, satisfies that goal and intent?
I do.
I would like to look at the whole ordinance to give an opinion on it, so if I'm gonna,
So why don't we do this? Why don't we just table this for this meeting? Let Gary take a look at it, and if we need to start over, we start over. I mean, does that make sense?
I kind of pushed for this from the beginning. The longer I sit here and think about it, I think the and accomplishes the goal of if you're allowed an additional structure and you're allowed 600 extra square feet, it's not an or. So at this point, I'll put the motion on the table to see if we can get it moving along. I'll make a motion that we approve and adopt ordinance number 617, amending chapter 17 of the zoning code regarding accessory structures and uses,
I'll second the motion.
and a roll call.
Okay, any other discussion on this one? Motion by From, second by Gill to approve ordinance number 617 as drafted, amending chapter 17 zoning code accessory structures and uses. Roll call. From?
No,
Yes.
No. Is this is the, oh, never mind. Okay. I misunderstood. Go ahead, yeah.
Okay, roll call. From?
Yes.
Gill?
Yes.
Roker?
No?
Shooty?
Yes.
Krieger?
no.
Actor?
Yes.
Motion passes 4-2. Okay, number 8, consideration of special event permit application for the Kiel Community Picnic for August 7th, 2025. Getting
They
a
got
jump
it
on
in-
this one.
They got it in early, they got it in right away, so.
I guess my only question is, I don't have a problem with this, and I'm glad they got it in early, but is there such a thing as being too early?
I don't think so.
I mean, so you could
Go for
book
it.
it out 5 years?
Well, not,
No.
They've
no.
already got the
For
entertainment
the next
booked.
year, I think is
We
fine.
know when it's gonna be. Why wait?
Well, and, yeah, Tyler, I agree.
I
I'm
don't-
just wondering, you know, not that whoever signs the application, you know, doesn't make it 5 years.
It's not a
I-
5-year
it's
application.
not a,
It's for
the-
next year.
It's for the next year.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the application for, special event permit for Kiel Community Picnic for August seventh through 10th, 2025 in City Park.
I'm sorry, second.
That's okay.
Okay, motion by Broker, second by Krieger to approve the special event permit application for the Kiel Community Picnic for August seventh through 10th, 2025 in the City Park. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9, consideration of special event permit for Badger's Den for a private event wedding on Saturday, October 19th.
Are they shutting down the whole street?
They're doing the extension off of, south of Fourth, on Fourth, south of Fremont, like they've done with their other events, and we haven't had any issues or problems. They're good to work with.
I move to approve
Second.
special event permit for Badger's Den for a private event on Saturday, October 19th, 2024.
Sorry, Tyler.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion on this? Motion by,
One quick question.
Yep.
It says event end time 2:30 AM. Is there any, no more outside activity time? Like, is this part of, is that where this should be?
No, this is a special event, and they're outside, so it would encompass that, but we do have the caveat where we can shut down if we get complaints about
So
the
the street will be closed all night? I mean, that's,
Correct.
this is normal for them?
They've done this in the past, yeah, because normally then they can open things up, but I can talk to Dawn.
And I think it said there the music was supposed to be done by midnight.
Yes.
Yeah, the
It
music
says
is
that in
over,
here?
Yeah.
but the
Yeah.
bar.
All the other ordinance would
it's
would
right
still
here,
be in
it
place.
says- If you look up there, Jeff,
Yeah.
it says until 12.
Oh, gotcha, okay.
The
that's-
tavern's open until 2:30, so the event will probably move inside.
That's fine. I have
That's the
no
way
problem
I
with it.
interpreted it.
You don't need to reach out or anything. I'm fine with it. I was just
Okay.
curious.
Yep.
okay, any other questions? Motion by Gill, second by Shooty to approve the special event permit for Badger's Den for a private event on a wedding on Saturday, October 19th, 2024. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 10, consideration of boundary extension for the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill for a charity event on Saturday, October 5th.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion by Krieger, seconded by Broker to approve the boundary extension for the Gravel Pit Sports Bar and Grill for a charity event on Saturday, October 5th, 2024. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Do we charge a fee because it is a fundraiser? No,
No,
right?
nonprofits aren't charged.
Okay.
So just out of curiosity, they didn't submit a map or anything like that, no drawing? What are they looking
I-
to?
I'm sorry, I meant this incorrect. Boundary extensions do have a fee, so in this case, there was a fee paid.
Okay.
But for special events, if it's a nonprofit type of event, then
Okay.
it's waived. I'm sorry, Mr. Bill?
Boundary extension, where are they looking to move that?
It's, if you look at the first page, well, I've got it highlighted right here. They're just going off the outdoor slab on the back on the south side.
Oh, okay, that's where they put it. I was looking
Yep.
for a map.
Yep, that's where they just drew it in there. And
Okay, so
they've,
just that concrete slab
that's
on
it.
the east
Same
side of the
thing-
building?
Same thing they did last year, I understand. from what
Okay.
They did. It's just a small area that gets really hot in the pit there, and Jeff, said it worked out really well last year, so.
Okay. Did we vote on this?
Yes,
Yeah, we
you
did.
We discussed
We're
it
coming
after.
back and discussing after, sorry. Okay. Okay. Keep me on
11.
straight.
11.
Okay, 11, that's where we're at. Consideration of tourist lodging permit for 622 Fremont Street Deluxe for a vacation rental property.
This is the old US Bank building on Fremont Street. As you'll see, he did fill out the complete permit, and he does have appropriate documents, including the health inspection by Manitowoc County, who I spoke to today. Related to this, I can discuss in more detail at committee of the whole on how we're managing these, all the drawings. Occupancy permit was filed and obtained by the city of Kiel, and they're good to go. They've met all the requirements and paid all the appropriate proof of insurance and everything else, so.
Under that proof of insurance, it just covers the property, correct? It doesn't have any, liability? So if someone got injured on their property, it's just,
I don't know that, as part of the permit, we require that they cover and insure the home. So as a part of an insurance policy for a property, you would have liability insurance for an occupancy. And this is
Okay.
a general, as part of the permit process, we don't ask them to provide details in terms
Okay.
of their policy coverage. We ask them to provide evidence that their property is insured,
okay,
which you did comply with.
okay, I was just curious.
Okay. We have a motion to approve this tourist lodging permit.
I'll make the motion to, approve the tourist lodging permit for 622 Fremont Street, the Lux Vacation Rental Property.
Any other discussion? Motion by Shooty, second by Actor, to approve the tourist lodging permit for 622 Fremont Street Deluxe for a vacation rental property. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 12, consideration of request by Chief Johnny of the Kiel Police Department to start selection promotion process for captain of the Kiel Police Department with effective start date of new captain on December 1st.
Motion to approve.
Seconded.
Who was second? No? Okay, we've got a motion by second by Gill, to approve the request by Chief Jonty of the Kiel Police Department to start selection and promotion process for captain of the Kiel Police Department with effective start date of the new captain on December 1st, 2024. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 13, consideration of training request for Sergeant Van Oss of the Kiel Police Department to attend accreditation manager training in Middleton, Wisconsin, October 29th.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Broker, second by Shooty, to approve the training request for Sergeant Van Oss of the Kiel Police Department to attend accreditation manager training in Middleton, Wisconsin, October 29th, 2024. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 14, consideration of training request for Officer Bray of the Kiel Police Department to attend Mental Health and Wellness Symposium in Green Bay, Wisconsin, October 29th.
Move to approve.
Motion by Krieger, second by Actor, to approve the training request for Officer Bray of the Kiel Police Department to attend the Mental Health and Wellness Symposium in Green Bay, Wisconsin, October 29th, 2024. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 15, consideration of appointing Dave Funkhauser, City Minister, to the following committees, boards, and commissions: the Bargaining Committee, the Border Review, the East Shore Recycling Commission, and the Kiel Holstein Solomon Trail Committee.
Motion
are-
to approve.
Yep, these are committees that past administrators have been
Yep.
on. So,
Second.
motion by Broker, second by Shooty, to approve the appointing of Dave Funkhauser, City Administrator, to the following committees, boards, and commissions: the Bargaining Committee, Border Review, East Shore Recycling Commission, and Kiel Holstein Solomon Trail Committee. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 16, consideration of operator license for Megan Elmore.
Chief Gianti did a background check, as we always do, and submitted a memorandum to the city clerk recommending denial of Ms. Elmore's license.
I'll make a motion to deny that operator license application due to the circumstances as listed.
Second.
Motion by Broker, second by Shooty, to deny the operator license for Megan Elmore. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 17, consideration of operator license Christina Burkholz.
Similar situation, Chief Gianti and the police department ran a background check and found some discrepancies, substantial discrepancies. And Chief provided a memo to the city clerk recommending denial of the license.
make the motion to deny operator license to Christina Burkholz.
Second.
Motion by Shudi, seconded by Broker to deny the operator license for Christina Burkholz. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 18, donations. The Kiel Fire Department, $23,000 for a training facility from the Ant Hill Mob Motorcycle.
I have a question about this, and I tried reaching out to Bob and Dick. Was there ever discussion about a training facility? Because I don't remember anything about that.
I don't think they've talked about it yet. I don't think they
They've-
have concrete plans.
They have conceptual plans in mind. They haven't started formalizing the plans from what I understand.
Okay.
They're looking at different locations. They've got one in mind. I don't believe they're at the point where they're ready to bring anything formal. But word's out that they're looking to do this, and they received this amazing generous donation for that purpose. So we're gonna be looking to open a CD to get some better interest rather than just
Okay.
throw it in the general fund.
Okay, I'm just
and
kind of
working that with them.
looking at that going, in that case, I will, make the motion that we accept the gracious donation to the Kiel Fire Department of $23,000 for a training facility, to be developed, in the future from the Ant Hill Mob Motorcycle Club.
Second.
Okay, any other discussion on this one? Motion by Shudi, seconded by Gill to accept the generous donation for the Kiel Fire Department of $23,000 for a training facility from the Ant Hill Mob Motorcycle Club. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 19, approve receipts and disbursements.
Make a motion to approve receipts and disbursements.
One question, that, over $200,000 for those transformers, mostly industrial backups?
That's what I understand.
Okay.
That would be a question directly for General Manager of Utilities. That's how I understood it.
I know in the past that that's been a major concern with industry because of the
Yes.
abnormally large-sized transformers they require, and it's tough to get into agreements with other communities or businesses to try and share the burden, if you will.
And the ridiculous wait time on transformers right
Yeah,
now.
correct.
They're a year and a half, 2 years out, so.
I would
Yeah, it's a
compliment
good thing to have on hand.
Yeah.
GMU August on being proactive and
Necessary evil. Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, we've got a motion by Fromm, second by Krieger to approve receipts and disbursements. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 20, approve bills.
Motion to pay all bills.
Second.
Motion by Fromm, second by Gill to approve bills. Roll call. Fromm?
Yes.
Gill?
Yes.
Broker?
Yes.
Shudi?
Yes.
Krieger?
Yes.
Rocker?
gotta wait till the
Motion carries 6-0. And adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Krieger, second by Broker to adjourn. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.